Hi there, this is Mark, and we're going to be creating this rectangle for this process of completing the square. I'm going to get started with a document class of standalone, so just a blank canvas to work on, and then we're going to give it the option to crop, and that will get rid of any excess white space. We got our document environment, which means we can get right into the preamble. So we're going to be making use of the package TikZ because that's what we're going to be drawing with. And then I have some homegrown packages here, not necessary for this, but the first is my custom color theme node. Now, if you go into my TechMF repo here on GitHub, you can see that this is just a style file where I define a bunch of custom colors. In fact, this one you can see here is just a define color command given a name, and it's making use of these hex colors. And the colors are coming from the node theme, one of my favorite themes, and making primary use of the frost and aura palettes there. Now, in addition to that, I'm also going to use the package MHO TikZ fonts, and this is another custom package or style file that you can see over on my GitHub repo. It's in my TechMF tree, and all this is really bringing in this Libertinous OpenType fonts package that I'm using as I compile with ZTech. Or I guess ZLaTeX to be more precise. All right, let's get into our picture now. So we have our TikZ picture environment, and we're going to start off by drawing this square. So we're going to make use of the draw command here, and we're going to draw the square starting at the position 0, 0, drawing a rectangle to an upper right-hand corner of 2, 2, using those ordered pairs to define our rectangle. In fact, this rectangle is a square. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. And well, we drew a square. All right, we need to add some color to this. So let's get back into our draw command and provide it with some options. The first option is to set the draw to CN dark blue, and then we're going to set the fill to CN dark blue with a reduced opacity. And the draw is really just what color are we drawing with, and you can see that border's a little bit darker than the fill. Now we also want to place a node at the center, which is where we're going to place our x squared. So that node is going to be placed at 1, 1, and it's going to be x squared. I'm going to have to tech that inline math environment. And we're going to go ahead and compile that and see what it looks like. It's almost perfect. We need to give that node some color. So let's provide that the option color equal to CN dark blue. And that should look much, much better. Let's go ahead and see what we need to do first here. All right, I haven't compiled that yet. I'm just going to go ahead and add those braces in now. So this, we're going to be making use of the draw command to draw the braces. And really, we're going to just start off with a line starting off at the point 0, 0 all the way to 2, 0. So that's going to be along the bottom of our square. But we want it to be a brace. And to do this, we are going to need to use some TikZ library. And this one is called decorations.path-replacing. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to replace the path, which is the line, with a brace. And so we're going to have to give the draw command some options here. The first one is we're going to provide it with the option to decorate. And what type of decoration are we going to have? Well, we're going to set that equal to a brace. And maybe it'll be just good to see what that looks like. So we're going to compile this and take a look and see what we have here. That looks good. Okay, this is more realistic. So we have a brace, but it's pointing in the wrong direction. The color's wrong, and we would like it a little bit thicker. So we have a little bit of work here to do. Let's first give it some color. So I'm going to set the draw equal to CN dark blue. So that is our color. And then I will just provide it the option of thick, and that should make it a bit thicker. We should just double check this first and see if we get our color and thickness. There it is. Perfect. Now it's pointing still in the opposite direction to which we would like it to be pointing. So I'm going to provide this decoration another option, which is the mirror option. So this is going to mirror that brace along the x-axis, if you want to think about it there. So that's looking a little bit better. It's a little bit tight. So I'm going to provide yet another option to change that, and this is called the amplitude option. And I'm going to set this to 5 points. And of course, you can play with this value a little bit and see if you get a more aesthetically pleasing brace. But I'm gonna roll with this one. Now, I don't like that the brace is actually touching my square, so I'm going to raise that a little bit to maybe 0.5 points, and let's see what happens there. And we probably get a little bit of a raise off the rectangle, or our square actually. That's looking much better. All right, now let's get that value of x below it. So for this, we're going to be making use of a node on our line, which has now been redefined as a brace. So inside, our node is actually just going to be x. So we have that inline math environment. Notice I'm using the LaTeX markup here. And I'm going to give it the color, of course, of CN dark blue, so it all matches. And let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Hopefully, oh, that looks really good, but we want this one. Okay, that looks not so good. The placement is off. So what we're going to do is we want that placed at a position halfway along our line, and then we're going to need to raise it below there as well. So I'm going to set the position to 0.5, and then I'm going to set that below at 5 points as well. And you can see that looks much, much better. Now we can go ahead and just copy this draw command. So we're going to copy this draw command because we're now going to create that vertical brace. So we're only going to need to modify a couple things here. Now, once I paste that in, I'm going to change the coordinates. That's going to be the most important thing. So we're still going to start at 0, 0, but now we're going to go to the coordinate 0, 2. And let's go ahead and build that to see if there's anything else we need to change and fix up here. Okay, two things. We see that our brace again is pointing in the wrong direction. So let's go ahead and remove that mirror option. And let's see here. We also do not want it below. So we're going to change that from below to left. That is the node itself for the x value. So let's go ahead and build that, and hopefully we get what we want. Yeah, that looks awesome. Perfect. So now we're ready to move on to the next step, which is to go ahead and create this aqua blue rectangle with an area of px. And we've done this before, so this is really just a repeat of the exercise. So we are going to be using our draw command. Again, we're creating a rectangle. This time we're going to start at the coordinates 2, 0 and create our rectangle up to the upper right hand corner with coordinates 3, 2. Now we already know that we're going to provide some options to this rectangle. We're going to have the fill this time to color name aqua blue. It's going to have a reduced opacity, and then I'm also want to change the draw color to CN aqua blue. And we'll go ahead and run that, make sure everything looks good before we start adding anything to it. And just change that over to ours. Perfect. Look at that. We have our second rectangle. Awesome. And what we're going to do now is add that node in the middle here, which is going to be our node of px. So I'm going to just give this node a name, T2. I'm going to place this at, that's going to be 2.5 and 1. So that'll be the center of that aqua blue rectangle. And it is going to have this inline math of px. And again, we already know that this node is going to have some color of CN aqua blue. Okay, let's go ahead and run that and see what we have so far. Let's take a look. That is looking awesome. We have our aqua blue rectangle with our area of px centered. Awesome. So what do we need to do now? We need to add that brace along the bottom of our new rectangle. So we're going to be making use of the draw command here. In fact, we're going to be drawing a line. We're going to start at the coordinate 2, 0, and all the way up to the coordinates 3, 0. And of course, we are not drawing just a line here. We are going to be making use of the decorations. So let's set the first option to decorate. The second option, the decoration of choice, is the brace. And while we're in here, since we've done this before, let's go ahead and add some more options to our decoration. First, the amplitude. I think we set that to 5 points before. We're also going to raise this by 0.5 points. And we're also going to want to mirror this because we had to mirror that brace along the bottom of our first rectangle. Now we're also going to set the draw color to this to cyan aqua blue, and we're also going to want to set that draw option to thick so it matches the other brace along the bottom of the first rectangle. Let's build this up and see what we have. Oh, that's looking awesome. All we need to do now is add that node of P there, and we should be almost done. At least we'll be done this brace. So let's go ahead and add a node to this path. And this node is going to have some inline math, and that is just going to be P. And we should also add some options to this node while we're here. We know that this node is going to have a position of 0.5 because we want it at the midpoint of our line, our brace in this case. And of course, we're going to want to set it below to 0.5 points, and then we're going to set the color to cyan aqua blue. Wait a minute, that can't be below 0.5. That should be below at 5 points. I need to go up and fix that. Otherwise, it will not move very much. Let's build that and take a look. Ooh, there it is. It looks awesome. We're so close. One last thing. Let's add that dashed line that divides that area of px into 2. Now remember, we are in the process of showing how to complete the square. So let's go ahead and add that draw command where we're drawing that dash line from the coordinates 2.50 to 2.52. And of course, we're going to have to provide some options to this draw command. The first is going to be changing our color to, let's make that, I don't know, let's go cyan dark gray. And then also we're going to want to give that the option of dash. This is the last compile. Here it goes. Do we get our final result? We do. Super fantastic. That's looking great. All right, one last thing before I am done. I just want to make a remark about each line or command in TikZ here. These could have easily be written as one-liners. I just broken it up here for you for ease of read on the screen. And of course, remember that each TikZ command ends with a semicolon, so the white space is ignored. My name is Mark, and thank you for watching.